This is Kristi Shreeve. Oh, hi, this is Kristi Shreeve. My second career profile is on being a high school counselor. I interviewed a lady named Jennifer Hagstrom. She's from my hometown, and she was my high school counselor. She's awesome. I first asked her about working environment, and she said that the school that she works at is a medium-sized organization. She works for a school district. Her hours kind of vary, but when she first started out, it was between 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. she would work. But over time, it got to where it was just about a normal standard, from like 7 to 3. But that took some time. Just when you first start, it takes a little bit more time to get used to things. So she got used to it and got less hours working there. But some days that she still does have to do 7 to 5, so it just kind of depends on the workload. She says that in her job there's a lot of meetings to attend, and also that her job is pretty flexible. It's easy for her to get personal with students and staff and people that she's meeting with, as long as she's not buried in paperwork. It's very family friendly, her job environment. She meets with a lot of kids and she meets with a lot of families, so it's a pretty good environment for her to work in. Some typical stressors of hers are parents who are unrealistic of their kids. So like if she was to be talking with a student and then want to involve the parents in the counseling process, a lot of times she deals with parents who are unrealistic with what their kids can and cannot do. And also she said another one is sometimes the school district that she works for is not up to par. For example, there is a thing passed that the counselors in high schools are not supposed to do testing. They're not supposed to be the ones that schedule the testing at the schools. And that's like nationwide legislation that's been passed. But at my old school district where I went to school, where she works, it still is, counselors still plan for testing. They still schedule that. So kind of depends on where you work, but that's one of the job stressors for her. Her typical benefits are right now, she's been working there for a few years, and she's making $52,000 a year, and $11,000 is health benefits. And she gets medical, dental, and vision. And if she travels, you get per diem. And if she retires, you get to retire at 30 years, and you get 70% of your pay when you retire. Common job tasks are individual meetings with students, helping students enroll and scheduling their classes. Help kids graduate. You want to encourage them to graduate. Planning financial aid, events where the financial aid gets to come and talk to you about how you should do financial aid, and also just encouraging that for students that need it. Crisis management for kids and families. So if something really tragic happens, it's her job to help them through that process. Attend meetings for special ed to make sure that the teachers and the students are getting what they need, and really making sure that their curriculum is benefiting them to the best that it can. And she just put a big emphasis. There's a lot of meetings in the high school counseling job. Education requirements, you need to have a master's in counseling or social work, depending on where you live. Some states accept both. Some states only accept counseling. And when it says counseling, it means high school counseling. You need to go and get your master's degree in high school counseling. And then she also talked about a CACRAP, which is, it means that in your master's you get a highly accredited master's, meaning you do 48 credit hours for your master's, and you do 1,000 hours of internship and practicum. And in that internship and practicum, you work with elementary, middle school, and high school. You're a counselor for all ages, just so you get the full experience. Starting salary is around $44,000. And the salary range for experienced, it can get up to, for her, the lady I asked, it can get up to $70,000. But it depends on the school district, and it depends on the state where you live. She was predicting that for me, in the future, like if I get this degree in the next few years, she's predicting that it might even reach $100,000 just because of living costs and the state I live in. In Alaska, they tend to treat counselors or teachers really well up here. They want people to stay. So miscellaneous career information. She made sure to tell me that I'm getting this degree and going into the job for the right reasons, for the kids. It's not about making money. It's not about putting myself out there personally to make myself look awesome. It's about helping those students. And she also recommended I find out the age of kids that really doesn't work for me. Make sure I'm around an age level that I can handle it emotionally and physically. For an example, Mrs. Hagstrom, she did in her internship, she went to elementary school and she was their counselor to practice, and she found that it was very emotionally hard for her to counsel them because she just wanted to take them all home and make them safe and just help them have a good life, because a lot of these kids struggled, and she learned that she couldn't work there at an elementary school because it was too emotional for her. It was too hard. So she recommends that for people who are going into counseling, especially at schools, that you find the group of kids or like the environment that you can handle and that you can tolerate. Let's see. She also said go into the job with eyes wide open. Like, anything can happen. You can work in a really crazy place. You can work in a really great place. Just expect to work hard to get comfortable in your position, and just take it all in. Whatever you're going through, take it all in, and just be prepared to. She said that it'll be hard to remember that you're doing it for the kids at first. So try and keep your eyes wide open. Keep your eye on the goal. And thanks.